affects me, but it is more about my wife. Soon after we married, she enrolled to become a Montessori teacher. It was a difficult time for us. We purchased a newer home, the added mortgage, and the sad news that after my company merged, they gave me a layoff notice. So I am the only breadwinner, while maintaining a steep mortgage payment, paying all the bills while only going to work part time with half the hourly wage. So about quarter what I earned before. My wife is a go-getter. She finished school and got a job right away. About a year later, after draining our savings account to almost nothing, I went back to full time. At this point, we had our first child, and my wife thought it would be good to start a home Montessori preschool. We invested over 6 figures upgrading the house. The preschool was running a couple years, and my wife was expecting our second child. It was difficult for her to run it alone, and she had no time off after our second was born. Through some friends, a female trained in Montessori found out the difficulties my wife had and approached her if they could join together to do a commercial venture. The family was well to do because the husband created some innovations. He was much older, and some would consider the female as a trophy wife. In fact, she approached my wife because she wanted to prove to her husband that she could succeed. From my perspective, I would have stayed far away from this person. I never trusted her. But I respected my wife and understood all the hard work she did, so I let her make the choice. They quickly found one, then 2 locations. Things were running fine, the schools were making 6 figure profits, and my wife was busy while her partner enjoyed vacationing at all-inclusive resorts and trips overseas. The partner's husband realized they were doing great and found a third location in a new building. My wife was doing all the paperwork, dealing with construction, city inspectors, and making it look attractive to families dropping off their kids. She started getting stressed out because now the husband was taking over directing the success of the schools. He would call her at all hours of the day and night, micromanaging my wife. She would get frustrated because she already did the task before the husband called. My wife was able to move forward without the husband hovering over everything. The trophy wife was doing less and less, just showing up to look good, while my wife was putting sweat equity into the venture. They had a boy who was a year older than our oldest. The husband talked about how the boy would put leaflets on cars near the playground and asked why our children weren't helping. Then he went a step beyond. He wanted to buy the new building. It had a 24-hour convenience store, 2 additional commercial spaces, and 2 apartments on the second floor. He wanted us to go 50-50. That would mean we'd have to sell our house and move into one of the apartments above the convenience store. I told my wife no, I draw the line here. We went to the summer barbecues where others knew about the business. People made comments that my wife was their employee and that they owned the business. This is what others got from the trophy wife. Before the grand opening of the third location, my wife told the couple that she wants out. The husband drew a contract with a low-ball offer. It turned out my wife earned less than half of minimum wage for all the work she invested to make the preschools work. She took the deal. She realized that our relationship, along with the kids' sanity, would suffer if she stayed on. After she was gone, there were rumors that my wife gave them a raw deal. Actually, now the couple had to work, and they realized what my wife did. They had no shame driving expensive cars around my wife and me. I stayed quiet about how we were ripped off. Sometimes it's better to lose in finance because we're able to keep our family as one.